Is the SSAT coachable? Yes. How coachable? Well, we've seen students from pre to post rocket themselves from 50th or even 40th percentile scores into the 80th to 95th percentile. Okay? Percentile, it tends to be what the admissions committees at competitive schools go by. The most competitive schools want to see kids in the 90th or better, meaning top 10% among test takers. And it's a fairly elite group of test takers. You're strong if you're even applying to prep school in the first place. So that may be the top 1 or 2% of your class that's occupying the top 10% of scores returned on the SSAT. What's on it? Well, one of the 3 grades given is based on the reading. That's the 40-minute section wherein students have 7 or 8 passages, but they're short. They are 1, 2, or at most 3 paragraphs. And it is very coachable because these reading skills needed are not given in your average high school or middle school realm. School teachers don't grapple with these tiny passages. They're dealing with whole chapters of large novels. They typically are asking not multiple choice questions. They are asking for essays about what you read or oral recaps about what you read and its meaning. If a teacher in 7th grade is asking multiple choice about reading, it is probably a very direct multiple choice, whereas the reading on the SSAT has some indirectness that answers the best and the second best, but still wrong, might differ only by a nuance. One word or one phrase that supports answer A, but does not support answer C. When students get used to this, it becomes an eminently coachable section. I actually think it's the most coachable of them. The second most coachable, although it typically takes time, is the vocabulary. That's 30 minutes split evenly between synonyms and analogies. Now, how to do it is a no-brainer. How to do it well requires a high level of vocabulary, and some kids have been reading well for years and possess it anyway. For those who haven't, there is, yes, drill and kill. And kill is probably the wrong word. Drilling builds mastery. And it's not mastery just for your 7th grade admission test. Getting a good vocabulary under your belt is good for high school, for college, and even for life. So it is a worthy thing to study for. Math is the final report. It's 2 sections. It comprises almost half the test, but it's only one of the 3 reported sections. It's low-level math, mostly arithmetic, but there is some algebra. Algebra 1 is usually covered by most 7th graders. It also has a little bit of geometry, which is often not covered in 7th or even 8th grade for some students. Is it coachable? Yes, because a decent coach is going to give you the geometry that you need for success on the math section. These sections are scored from 500 to 800. It looks almost like a credit report. 3 different ones sound familiar. 500 being very low, 600 being okay, and 700 being the area where you start getting noticed by admissions officers at the most elite schools. I hope this is helpful. See you down the road.